if you have your super block and you want to play with it a little bit, we're going to get onto the mat. We're going to do a bridge, and then we're going to do an elevated bridge and with support. And sometimes when we do this, I'll take the big block. The big block is a lot. So you'll be able to decide if that's something you want to do. Let's start with therapeutic bridge first. Feet parallel, thumbs, fingers wide. Press through the hands, press through the feet, firm the backside body. Press the head into the mat, firm the buttocks and lift the hips. Lifting the hips as high as they'll go. Press through the hands, press through the hips. And this is where we might then, can we lift so high that the super block would rest underneath us? Flat on its face. And just kind of go and notice what happens in that bridge. Feet are on the mat, pelvis is on. Keep pressing through the arms, feet pressing to the feet, squeeze the buttocks, and just kind of notice, what is that like? And really a great opportunity to stretch the front side of the body and the quadriceps. We can bend the knees and bring the heels closer to the blocks. My feet are not flat right now. All of my feet are on the mat. And you can squeeze the butt cheeks. So now you're supported in a way, and you can squeeze the butt cheeks and try to bend the knees as much as they will and get a big stretch here. Bring the feet, step them back away. You could do wide legs. Dorsiflex the ankle. And drop the thighs inward. Be mindful, go slow. Keep the dorsiflex ankles. How does that feel? That the sacrum, or just bothers? Do the dorsiflexion, really big dorsiflexion. Yeah, it is abnormal. Make sure the medial knee joint feels okay. And now drop the left thigh out as the right thigh drops in for that. I'm now beginning to call it our CSI posture. Big stretch through the quad. Notice what you're feeling. Keep breathing. The whole process of maybe taking that left ankle over to the outside of the right thigh, that's a little bit different here, so be mindful. This is a lot for the lumbosacral, so listen carefully. So Jack, here what we've done is we've gotten a little steroid crazy, right? We're all elevated here and we've done some of those rotations. The same activities that we were doing together, Jack. Yeah, and you just kind of listen to it. We go slow, but now we've upped the ante for range of motion. If that ankle was in position, bring it back to where it was, out to the side. Now bring both thighs center and drop both thighs to the right. What do you think, Ms. Rita? I'm curious about the right front of the right hip. So our feet are still far apart. So we're still in that CSI posture. Yeah. So we've just kind of upped the ante. If that right ankle wants to, it can go out and over. This is major. This is a posture that I would not do with someone who I didn't know very well. I know each of you three fairly well. I know you enough to know that you would go listening to your breath, and then if you decided, yeah, that's not what I want to do, then you would likely tell me, I'll go ahead. Keep engaging the left buttock. Notice how that influences the left hip, front of the thigh. Release if that right ankle is over, come back center, and then bring the heels together for a butterfly. Press in this position. Squeeze the butt cheeks. Notice the range of motion. Breathe. As effective? Yes, it would be very effective. I've taken you to a very big height. It would be very appropriate. Probably more appropriate than the big one. Legs back to center, hug right knee into left, into chest, left knee up. Right leg up in the air. Now we're doing a supported legs up the wall on the block. That's a lot. It may or may not be something that's comfortable for you. You might say, yeah, go ahead. I'm going to change to your blanket. Circling ankles. Reverse the circle. Back to center, flex and extend toes. Flex toes, plantar flex and dorsiflex ankles. Extend toes, plantar flex and dorsiflex ankles. Flex toes, plantar flexion, inward evert. Dorsiflex ankles with the toes flexed, inward evert. Extend toes, dorsiflex ankles, invert evert. Plantar flex ankles, toes extended, invert evert. And then bend the knees. Drop the knees into your chest. Slowly allow one foot down onto the mat and the other. Lift your body off of the super big block if you were there, or your blanket, depending, hopefully you changed over. And with the legs, feet on the mat, just roll left to right. We're just dropping the thighs to the center and out to the side. Just take your time. Lots of hip action today. Walk the feet back together once the knees are centered. Cross the right thigh well over the left. Squeeze the thighs together. Spinal twist. Keep engaging, firming the inner thighs. Yes, it's pretty fun. Every so often when I'm on that social media, I see the young whippersnappers talking about the importance of hip mobility. I'm like, yes, good. They tend to do some things that are pretty extreme, but they're on the right track. Oh, the lower body. Yeah, that's just an anomaly on my part. Not necessary. The body said no, thank you. When you're ready, frog thighs back center, uncross, recross. And breathe. So as we come back full circle, the big question is about that squat. I do feel that the squat is important. So when Rita asked the question, and I do want you, I really feel, because it's going to influence your functional mobility over the next few decades. It's going to make it easier to get down into a low chair, to get back up. get down onto the floor and to get back up. And it's, get onto the toilet. Just all the things that are important that we don't think about, we take for granted because they're fairly easy to do. Come back center. Uncross the thighs. And move into your resting pose. I always want us to think about, whenever you're having a question about, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? My big question will always be, what do you need to do first? And then second, what do you want to do? Go with the need first. What do you need to do? And then I like to add the want, because then I'll say, let's train for it. Get training. Next few minutes, find the position that is honorable for you. Allow yourself to drop into your resting